Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you save or work, financial freedom just stays out of reach? Like there's some invisible ceiling you can't break through, even when you're doing everything right? I see it all the time. People grinding through side hustles, budgeting down to the last dollar, investing carefully, and yet somehow the life they imagined never seems to appear. You tell yourself, I just need to push a little harder. But then months, sometimes years pass, and you feel that same quiet frustration. It's exhausting, isn't it? Feeling like you're running on a treadmill, faster and faster, while the finish line just keeps moving. And it's not just you. Almost everyone feels this in some way. But here's the thing. Feeling stuck isn't actually about you failing. It's about the system we live in, the expectations we absorb, and the invisible psychological traps that keep us locked in a cycle of stress and comparison. And understanding these traps changes everything. If you're new here, I break down financial psychology, money habits, and investing in a way that actually makes sense for everyday working people. I post weekly videos exploring how our minds and money interact, so you can make smarter, calmer choices and finally feel a little more in control. Most people think financial freedom is a simple equation: earn more, save more, invest more. And if you're not free, it's your fault. You didn't budget well enough, you spent too much, or you didn't work hard enough, right? But the reality is much more subtle. The problem isn't just numbers, it's psychology. It's the way modern life is designed to make us feel behind no matter what we do. Think about it. We live in a world where your neighbor's new car, your friends' vacation photos, and even curated social media feeds are constant reminders of what success looks like. And our brains, wired for comparison and scarcity, can't help but notice what we lack. So even if you're making progress, paying off debt, saving for retirement, or building a side income, you still feel like you're not enough. And that feeling is not failure. It's the system. Let's break this down. First, consider rising costs and expectations. Housing, healthcare, education, they all keep going up faster than wages in many places. Even a modest lifestyle today costs more than what it did 20 years ago. So if your parents could get ahead with a single job, it doesn't mean the same path exists for you. Next, there's psychological scaling. Our brains aren't great at handling big numbers or gradual progress. You might have saved $10,000 this year, but when you see someone else posting about their six-figure investment portfolio, your mind instantly minimizes your achievement. The math says you've made huge progress, but your emotions tell a different story. Then there's lifestyle creep. Every raise, bonus, or small income increase tends to come with higher spending expectations. Suddenly, that $500 extra per month disappears in upgraded rent, gadgets, and weekend trips. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it keeps you feeling like you're never advancing. Here's a simple example. Imagine two people, same income, same job. One keeps lifestyle steady, saves a modest portion, invests consistently. The other matches every new expense, buys the latest tech, goes on trendier vacations, and keeps up appearances online. Both are working hard, but only the first person feels like they're making measurable progress. The difference isn't luck, it's awareness of psychological traps and behavioral patterns. Finally, let's not forget decision fatigue and modern complexity. Managing finances today is overwhelming. Dozens of apps, investment options, insurance policies, credit accounts. Every choice comes with anxiety. Every missed opportunity feels like a failure. The brain gets tired, stress rises, and suddenly freedom feels further away. But here's the mindset shift. Financial freedom doesn't start with having more money. It starts with understanding how your mind interacts with money. What if, instead of measuring success by others' standards, you measured it by your own? Not by the neighbor's new car, the friend's vacation, or the Instagram lifestyle, but by your actual progress. Debt reduced, savings increased, stress decreased. What if financial freedom wasn't about arriving at some impossible destination, but about creating control, calm, and choices in your life right now? When you realize that comparison, lifestyle creep, and rising costs are part of the system, not personal failure, you stop chasing a moving target. You can start focusing on decisions that actually matter. stabilizing your life, increasing optionality, and building habits that quietly compound over time. This shift changes everything. Money stops feeling like a weight and starts feeling like a tool, one that supports your life instead of defining it. So, how do you apply this in real life? Start small. First, track progress in your own terms. Measure what matters to you, not social media metrics or arbitrary benchmarks. Even small wins count. Paying down $200 of debt, saving $50 a week, or cooking at home instead of eating out. Over time, these add up in ways that feel invisible but are profoundly real. Second, set boundaries with comparison. Limit social media scrolling and remind yourself that curated lives are not the full story. Your journey is yours, and you get to define what enough means. Third, be intentional with spending. Ask yourself, does this purchase truly improve my life, or am I just keeping up? Awareness is more powerful than willpower. Finally, embrace slow growth. Progress is compounding, not instant. The people who feel financially free often aren't the ones who earned the most. They're the ones who manage their psychology, habits, and expectations better than the rest. Financial freedom feels far away for so many people because we've been trained to chase illusions instead of reality. But the truth is, freedom isn't a magic number or a destination. It's a mindset. You don't have to wait for a perfect salary, perfect market timing, or perfect conditions. You can start today by understanding the system, managing your mind, and measuring progress in ways that actually matter. And here's the most important part. Every small, deliberate step you take is proof that you're moving forward. Even if it doesn't feel dramatic, even if it doesn't look flashy online, it's real. So take a breath. Recognize what you've already accomplished. And remember, progress beats perfection every single time.